provides, we need to see it in our daily life, activating our daily life, changing our daily life, how we can benefit from these talks and talks and talks into solving out our problems, which is very important. So being active in these social activities would be one of the methods through which you can propagate Islam. And all these matters are actually commended in the Quran. When the Quran says, "Ta'awanu ala al-birri wa taqwa," and you have the Holy Quran, permeated with lots and lots of these verses that encourage Muslims and promote them to undertake these social activities, because they are part, an inherent part of Islam. Well, I have another way of propagating Islam as well, that we're talking about ways that can be worked out in cases of mediacy, when you have one-to-one discourse, and we're talking about cases where you can't reach this person individually, but you can reach him or her through different ways, which is maybe like the case that we need for propagating Islam amongst people maybe in Europe, or maybe in Africa or in Asia, some people who are not here at home. So I thought of making CDs. If, for example, I have a collection of books translated in English or any other language that you can think of, and I put these files on a CD and make like 15 copies, 20, 100, as you can, as much of them as you can, and then you can send them to these people so they can get informed about religion. And one of the things that you will notice in your work or in the course of da'wah, that people in the West, they do not like to talk about religion or politics. They don't like them, but they read about them. It is very, very contradicting to hear this, but it is a reality. They hate talking about it, but they have an interest to know what is this, because they hate confronting each other. They hate talking about them because these are one of the most maybe hated or abhorrent subjects for them, because they don't want to create problems among each other. They just want to hear, they want to know what is there through reading. So by sending these CDs, by sending an email, you have a friend who is a non-Muslim and you want to invite him to Islam, and he just wants to ask, how can I become Muslim? What does Islam say about this or that? And you know that the answer is in that or this book, and probably you have a book translated into the subject, so you can send it off to him by email or by a CD, or by, if you think any sort of hard material. Because I know that in Alexandria here there's a society that is in the capacity of sending literature to any part of the world in any language you can think of. Most of the major languages of the world, they have literature about Islam in this language. What's the name of this? This is the Jam'iyyat Tabligh al-Islam, and they do really welcome any kind of requests. If you have a friend in Australia and he wants some information about women in Islam, about theology, about the Islamic law, so they have, I think, a decent collection of Islamic literature in English and in French and in German and most of the major worded languages in this subject. So this would be a good way. You just send the society, they send them the email or send them the postal address of this person, and they will inshallah ship the information and the literature that he or she is interested in. So this would be one of the effective ways through which we can reach out people in Europe or in America or in any part of the world by giving them the information. What else do you think? Well, yes, if you work in the field of tourism, and you have access to people, although they might not be like very much inclined to bother about hearing about religion. They just came here to ride the camels and to see the pyramids, and then they come all of a sudden and say, come and I'll let you give some information about Islam. Now, if you are lucky enough, they will give you some time, and if not, probably you just give them the information and say, all right, when you get there, when you get home, please read this. They might do and they might not. But it would be a good idea if you have that close contact with them and you think that they have an interest in Islam or so, perhaps they'll be appreciating you giving them that material. Right. 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 Well, I'm not sure really if they have like specific offices through which they propagate Islam. I'm talking about official offices that they are run by the government. But I know that on the private level we have certain institutions and academic centers in Cairo that are dedicated to this cause. You know, we welcome and receive questions, and we even like receive guests from Europe and America who are interested to know certain things about Islam, and we try to provide them with the right answer in this connection. But I'm not sure if we have like a government-run institution that responds to this particular cause. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe if any of you knows about this, I would be really very thankful if you inform me about. But this is a very important thing. You know, we are a Muslim country, and we, you know, have an interest in Islamic da'wah and so forth. So maybe due to the lack of the means to, like, you know, make the literature available to others would be standing as one of the problems, one of the barriers before us. But perhaps the individual initiatives would be a good way for like calling for something like this to be established. And we have institutes of da'wah, Islamic da'wah in Cairo, which is still a private place for like giving degrees and lectures about Islam, but not specifically for the cause of preaching Islam and answering questions about Islam to non-Muslims. I'm thinking of like holding conferences and symposiums, gathering. You know, we invite people to attend the conference on the manners, good manners or noble manners of Islam. Symposium like seminar, a seminar, but like it's a symposium which is different from a conference. A conference would be like maybe a one subject meeting or gathering that discusses certain things. But the symposium would include different subjects at the same time. So you say this is a symposium about Islam, and we assign one session for Islamic theology, another for Islamic law, a third for Islamic human rights and so forth. This would help people to understand. I'm talking about ideas. I'm not sure if this would be, you know, be possible to be achieved in a couple of weeks' time or so. But this, I'm talking about things that we have to think of, we have to develop. So inshallah, when time allows, inshallah we can organize them.